Udom Emmanuel expresses satisfaction on progress of work at underground drainage system. State government gives approval for release of counterpart funds for the Fadama 3 projects. And the Independent National Electoral Commission to conduct rerun elections in the state. Details of these and other stories in a moment. Double good morning and thanks for joining us on the news. I am Samuel Duffian. Governor Udom Emmanuel has expressed satisfaction over the pace of work at the ongoing underground drainage construction meant to empty water from Itiam and its environs into Oburidum water channel. Mr. Udom Emmanuel made his feelings known in an interview at the Ibom International Airport on his return from Abuja, where he attended the meeting of the Governor's Forum. Our Government House Bureau Chief, Colonel Eden Efreti, reports.
1.2-kilometer underground drainage was another important project of his administration, as it was meant to save Itiam and its surrounding communities from the unfortunate flood situation which has been ravaging the communities every rainy season. Recalling how at the flag off of the project he had promised that the project would be completed before the next rainy season, Mr. Udom Emmanuel said he was happy that the construction firm handling the drainage, Julius Berger, was working day and night to deliver the project on schedule.
I'm happy at the pace of work carried on by the construction giant, Julius Berger, on the underground drainage system that has actually been ravaging the entire community around that Tropicana area up to the Sika. I'm sure between now and July we should be able to arrest that situation.
Governor Udom Emmanuel, who regretted the effect of the present economic crisis on developmental projects, expressed confidence that there will soon be turnaround for the best. On the governor's meeting which he attended in Abuja, Mr. Udom Emmanuel said though a normal meeting, it was geared towards the reformation of the party. The governor said the interesting part of it is that members of the party were now ready to pursue interests of the party against their individual interests.
We had a normal governors and caucus meeting yesterday, just to agree on how to forge and move the party forward. PDP is the only party that you can find in all the units in this country. It's a big umbrella that everybody must come in. And so we can't afford to allow the umbrella even bend at all. So that's why all the governors have to come together and make sure that we forge ahead.
Colonel Eden Efreti reporting.
The state government has assured the people of Akwa Ibom State of prompt completion of ongoing road projects as well as maintenance of all roads in the state. The Commissioner for Works, Mr. Ephraim Inyang, stated this when he appeared on an AKBC AM45 program, Centerpoint. The Commissioner said the state government is committed to the construction of network of roads in the state and the elimination of potholes in roads in Uyo and other local government areas.
The governor has also directed, and it's part of our 4-year plan, to ensure that all the roads in the state that have already been made are maintained. As we eliminate potholes in Uyo, we will soon be moving out to the neighboring major centers.
Mr. Inyang said some roads in Oron, such as Efiat and Basi lanes, have been completed and are awaiting commissioning. He pointed out that contractors have been mobilized to begin the construction of Atana Fort Road in Uyo, adding that his ministry is ensuring that work goes on day and night on all project sites to ensure early completion. The Commissioner decried the environmental degradation in some parts of the state as posed by illegal dredging of sand and warned all illegal dredgers to desist from such acts as the faulters will be punished.
That this present administration has awarded, and some of the ones we inherited, because the governor has assured Akwa Ibom people there will be no abandoned road project. They are all ongoing.
The official duties of the various task forces and monitoring teams under Akwa Ibom State Road Levy Implementation Scheme of the State Ministry of Transport have been spelled out. The duty list was presented by the Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin Tugude, at a one-day sensitization workshop organized for members of the various task forces and monitoring teams, park management committees, Nigeria Union of Road Transport Workers, and other stakeholders in the transport sector. Aniatia Akbaidem was there and filed in this report here presented.
The Commissioner for Transport, Dr. Godwin Tugude, said the workshop is to build and equip the various team members for improved productivity. Dr. Tugude stressed the need for the task force teams to ensure that there is sanity on the roads, give regards and due respect to motorists and other road users. The Commissioner reminded them of their role as revenue generators of government and advised that appropriate fines should be charged and paid into government accounts. He condemned the arrest of private station wagon vehicles and bus drivers on false claim that the state government has banned the use of such vehicles as private cars. According to the Commissioner, any individual has the right to purchase and use any vehicle of his choice as a private car. He pledged his ministry's readiness to work with the task force teams to flush out false members among them.
We want to be reformed, we want to be trained, and we want to be repositioned so that people will now come into this sector. People will like to work with and within this sector with pride, because look at us. We are not the Agboros of the years. We are the new Agboros under uncommon sustainable development.
The Permanent Secretary in the Ministry, Dr. Effiong Obia, charged members of the various task force teams to take the workshop seriously and be ready to work according to the laid-down rules guiding their operation. Dr. Obia said, as government representatives, they should relate well with motorists and other road users.
This sensitization workshop will go a long way to improve our behavior, our relationship with people, and the occasional embarrassment that comes in, at least we'll see. Even if it comes, it will just be integral, very small.
Papers were presented on traffic rules and offences, the role of task force and monitoring team by God's gift Owen, the need to be civil-minded and to operate within the law and peace of the society by Chukwuma Kingsley, and the challenges of working to end positive public opinion by Elder Patrick Albert. Also, goodwill messages were received from the leadership of the various task forces and monitoring teams. Participants and guests were entertained in a short drama presented by members task force on Keke operation.
All personal income tax defaulters in Uyo local government area who have been served with court summons have been directed to appear before the Revenue Court, Uyo Zone on 25th of February 2016 and 3rd March 2016 at 9 a.m. According to a statement from the Internal Revenue Service, the Revenue Court will hold its session at the Chief Magistrate Court 1, Ikorekone Road, Uyo, and will be presided over by Revenue Court Judge U.F. Ibrita. The statement warns all personal income tax defaulters to attend the court as persons who fail to attend will be arrested for contempt of court. The statement also advises counsels appearing for defendants to attend the court as application for adjournment will not be entertained. As part of efforts to diversify the economy of the state through boosting the agriculture sector, the state government has approved the release of counterpart funds for the implementation of the federal government's Fadama 3 project. The project aims at improving the production of cassava in participating states through the application of technology. The chairman of the State Technical Committee on Agriculture and Food Sufficiency, Professor Ede Tuto, stated this in an interview with newsmen on the outcome of his committee's interaction with an assessment team from the National Fadama Coordination Office. Uyoko Uswa was at the committee's office for the report.
To be listed as one of the participating states in the program was a demonstration of the government's commitment to revamp the agriculture sector. The chairman said the assessment visit by the technical team from the National Fadama office was part of the final processes to verify the preparedness of Akwa Ibom State for implementation of the program.
I believe that the report will favor us, and if that be the case, they will now kind of maintain a business plan through which every other thing will be done. They will show all their action plan and the things that we will have to do, and how the thing will go on.
The leader of the assessment team and head of agribusiness and investments at the National Fadama Coordination Office, Abuja, Dr. Ben Harbert, expressed satisfaction at the state of readiness of Akwa Ibom to participate in the Fadama 3 project. He commended the state government for its interest in empowering farmers through the provision of necessary infrastructure, noting that with the coordination and organization of farmers as well as agricultural lands, the state was well positioned to benefit maximally from the project.
For what we have discussed so far with the committee, everything is ready. Farmers are ready. The land is available. The funders have got the land that can be used to foster business, because we don't want skeletal intervention. Massive production of cassava.
The state coordinator for Fadama 3 additional financing, Mr. Richard Sam, said with cassava being a staple crop in Akwa Ibom, cassava farmers would reap the full benefits of cultivating the crop, as the value chain would be significantly improved. While commending the government for speedily obliging to its responsibility as regards the program, Mr. Sam expressed the hope that when the implementation of the program begins, Akwa Ibom cassava farmers would not just make profitable businesses, but the state would also become a major exporter of cassava and its derivatives.
So we are going into that so that we really sensitize our farmers on various value chains from cassava and make sure that Akwa Ibom would do well as not just as a production cost state, but as a cost state producing cassava.
Uyoko Uswa reporting.
The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, has evolved a mechanism that will enable it to conduct free and fair rerun elections in the state, slated for Saturday, 12th March 2016. The Independent National Electoral Commission Resident Commissioner, Dr. Gabriel Ada, stated this during a chat with newsmen on the Commission's preparedness for the polls. Livingstone Daniel takes us there.
Dr. Gabriel Ada said that the Commission has corrected the lapses that occurred during the last general elections and has come out with a mechanism that will ensure a free, fair and credible rerun elections in the state. He expressed confidence that the result of the election will be acceptable to all, which according to him will reduce litigation. The resident electoral commissioner said that the commission has met with political parties and their candidates to brief them on the date of the election and seek their opinion on some electoral bonding issue. He also said that INEC has met with agencies concerned with election security on ways to curb electoral violence. Dr. Ada said the commission will hold a crucial meeting with all stakeholders in the constituencies which the rerun elections will hold, and assure that all election materials, including the card readers, are in good condition.
So far, what we have been doing to make sure we mobilize the citizens of this state, creating the awareness, is that we had already started meeting with political parties. Indeed, the first meeting I had was with the leaders of political parties and the candidates themselves, drawing their attention as to the fact that elections will hold on the 12th of March. We had a very beautiful interactive session with them. Some observations were made by the various political parties and we were able to address them.
On some innovations that will be introduced during the rerun election, Dr. Adar said the Commission would test run the simultaneous accreditation and voting system, which was first used during the Bielsa governorship poll. He appealed to all election stakeholders to join hands with the Commission to enable it conduct an acceptable election. Because the new format for these elections will be the general test running of a new process of doing accreditation and voting simultaneously. In other words, what we are going to adopt in doing this election is to do simultaneous accreditation and voting. Livingston Daniel reporting.
You're watching AKBC TV News at dawn. Let's take a break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
The campaign, which covers all wards in Ikot Ekpene local government.
The chairman, Akwa Ibom State Council of the Nigeria Association of Women Journalists, Nawaj Uduaikon, will be one of the resource persons at the stakeholders meeting on rape, holding in Uyo today at 9 o'clock this morning. During the meeting with the theme Uniting to Prevent Rape in Akwa Ibom State, the Nawaj chairman will present a paper on the role of the media and an effective anti-rape campaign in Akwa Ibom State. Free HIV tests and cervical cancer screening and treatment for women between the ages of 20 and 59 years will also be carried out at the Insight Bible Church on Sikagadwok Avenue, venue of the meeting. A statement by the State Secretary of Nawaj, Esther Effiong, has invited women journalists in Akwa Ibom and other women to avail themselves of the opportunity provided by Development Options, organizers of the event, to enhance their health. A 5-day door-to-door HIV/AIDS awareness campaign organized by the Nigerian Red Cross Society in collaboration with the National Agency for Control of AIDS, NACA, has commenced in Ikot Ekpene. The campaign is tagged Getting to Zero, Ending AIDS in Nigeria by 2030. The door-to-door HCT is a pilot scheme operational in Akwa Ibom, Abia and Taraba states. The story is here presented.
The campaign, which covers all wards in Ikot Ekpene local government area, preceded a 3-day training workshop for volunteers at Ikot Ekpene Divisional Secretariat of the Society, with about 200 volunteers in attendance. Declaring the workshop open, the health delegate, International Red Cross, Mr. Samuel Matoka, said that the HIV counseling and testing campaign is aimed at ensuring zero infection, zero death, and zero discrimination in the country before 2030. He described the program as very close to the heart of the Red Cross Society and charged the volunteers to take the campaign seriously, while also appealing for cooperation from the public to ensure its success.
Be ready to pass as much information as you acquire. We have materials for you to read. Take extra steps to read those materials. Get the information. Have them in your palm so that you are able to give it when the need arises. Put it in your mind that if this exercise will not just end here.
The National Health Advisor of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, Chief Franklin Oji, expressed satisfaction with the large turnout of volunteers for the campaign and their commitment during the training workshop. A representative of NACA, Dr. Gideon Okorie, said that his agency was always ready to work with the Nigerian Red Cross Society to serve humanity, and stressed the commitment of NACA to the eradication of HIV/AIDS in the society. Earlier, the state branch chairman of the Nigerian Red Cross Society, Justice Ekerete Ebienye, had expressed appreciation to the International Red Cross for choosing Akwa Ibom State, particularly Ikot-Ekpene, for the pilot program, which he hoped would be extended to all parts of the state. Justice Ebienye also commended the volunteers for making themselves available for the campaign and called on more people to join the Red Cross Society in Akwa Ibom State.
This program is going to be a huge success. I feel overwhelmed in seeing this number of volunteers, happy people, accepting to serve humanity. And I'm sure during the training you have had more what you are expected to do.
Responding on behalf of the trainees, the disaster team leader for Ikot-Ekpene, Mr. Nyemise Okorudu, expressed appreciation to the International Red Cross for mounting the program and pledged to work assiduously to achieve the aim of the door-to-door campaign. Highlights of the training program was a mock HIV/AIDS door-to-door testing and counseling of people around the area.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, has donated food and other items to the inmates of Good News Humanitarian Foundation Gospel Village, Abak. The donation was to assist in the upkeep of the children there. The story.
Presenting the items, the Commissioner for Women Affairs and Social Welfare, Dr. Gloria Edet, applauded the management of the foundation for its selfless and humanitarian posture. Dr. Edet said that the gesture was born out of the ministry's interest of caring for the less privileged and thanked God for His grace. She encouraged the children to take their academic work seriously and not to lose hope because, according to her, they have brighter future. She reaffirmed her promise to assist any child from the home who will gain admission into tertiary institution and 2 children at the secondary school level. She expressed appreciation to the governor and wife for their support in caring for the less privileged and socially disadvantaged persons in the society. Dr. Edet, who enjoined the children to imbibe moral values such as obedience and respect to elders and authority, fear of God and work hard, added that they should be courageous and happy. She advised public-spirited individuals, groups and corporate bodies to constantly demonstrate their love for the less privileged by contributing to their welfare.
Only the gift that is more important, the heart and the love. Because if you don't see me every time, not that I've not been thinking of you, I hold you dear to my heart. Because I know that this place will produce positive leaders in this state and in this country.
Receiving the items on behalf of the home, the director, Mrs. Promise Essin, expressed gratitude to the commissioner for the gesture.
Our father, the Kudum Gabriel Emmanuel, is our governor, and our first lady in the state, our mother, Deaconess Martha Kudum Gabriel Emmanuel, is there. Whatever she goes to them to talk about this home, they will say yes.
A woman leader and matron of the home, Inibeye Etukudo, lauded the leadership role of Dr. Gloria Edet and enjoined women leaders to emulate her. An inmate of the home, Priscilla Essen, who responded on behalf of the children, thanked the commissioner and prayed for more blessings on her.
Pupils from Beulah International Nursery and Primary School have visited the AKBC transmitting station Tangiyang on an excursion. Elijah Edet reports that JSS 3 students of Dominion International School, Okon, in Eket local government area were also at the transmitting station for familiarization tour on radio and television production. His report.
Transmitter television, Mr. Emmanuel Okpan, who conducted them around some facilities and unit of the station, including the television transmitter room, television studio, and radio studio. At the radio newsroom, television newsroom, and television editing suite, the staff on duty took time to explain the workings of the unit to the students. In an interview, the leader of the team and teacher in the school, Elizabeth Edem said the excursion is part of learning and extracurricular activities and appreciates the management of AKBC for the opportunity afforded them.
We are here to exercise our extracurricular activities. I think that we are coming here with the help of the staff of this place. Our extracurricular activity, our excursion has been a success.
Some students bear their minds on the visit.
What I've learned so far
The pupils of Biola International Nursery and Primary School also visited the transmitting station and were received by the Chief Technical Officer in the Engineering Directorate, Engineer Emmanuel Akpan. The pupils visited the radio and television transmitter halls, television and radio newsroom, as well as radio and television studios. At the various units visited, the pupils were briefed by some operational staff of those units. At the end of the tour, some of the pupils, including Phillips Anthony and Gloria Etebet, spoke on their experience.
I have learned how AKBC broadcasts are shown for us to watch in our individual houses. I have learned how AKBC are.
Plans have been concluded by the Department of Communication Arts, University of Uyo, to remodel its dilapidated building to make for a conducive environment for teaching and learning of the discipline. The remodeled building will provide modern offices for all staff, a departmental library, conference and seminar rooms. Unveiling a prototype of the building, the head of department, Professor Nkeruwe Mudoka, called on all alumni of the department to support the plan and leave a legacy for themselves. According to him, names of donors who have made the department proud will be published. Professor Udoka called on alumni of the department to send their short profile and passport size photograph to udoka@yahoo.com and drgrace.n.wabara@mail.com on or before 28th February 2016. Besides, all alumni are requested to visit the Facebook page of the Communications Arts Alumni for more information. This month's meeting of AKBC TV Chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists holds today at AKBC TV Newsroom in Tariang at 9 a.m. A statement signed by the chairman of the chapel, Mr. Colonel Edemefrete, says the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Mr. Nyekan Umana, will be the special guest at the meeting. The statement advises members to attend the meeting and on time. Eunice Udo of Nuobienang, Idoro, Uyo, is reported missing. She is 45 years old, fair in complexion and about 1.6 feet tall. Eunice left home on 4th of February 2016 to an unknown destination and has not returned. Efforts to trace her whereabouts proved abortive. A police statement has requested members of the public with useful information on her whereabouts to contact the Divisional Police Officer, D Division, or the nearest police station. You can also watch AKBC TV News online by logging on to akbconline.org or follow us on Twitter at AKBC45 or on Facebook at AKBC Channel 45. And now to end the news, the top stories. Governor Udom Emmanuel has expressed satisfaction on the progress of work at the underground drainage system in Uyo. The governor bared his mind in an interview at the Ibom International Airport shortly on his arrival from Abuja. We also brought you a report that the Independent National Electoral Commission is set to conduct rerun elections in the state. That's our package. Thanks for watching and have a lovely Thursday. Good morning.